Hi everyone, γεια σας και καλώς ήρθατε to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today we're taking Spanakopita to the next level. I am going to add a savory custard on top. That's just going to make it taste kind of like a creamy souffle. It's creamy on top, silky on the inside, and absolutely beautiful on the table because we're going to turn the phyllo topping into beautiful rosettes. So good. You guys are definitely going to want to try this one. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to begin by making the Spanakopita filling, and this is the same recipe that I use for almost all of my spinach feta recipes. It's just so delicious. This is my mom's recipe. I just changed the cream cheese part, but we'll get to that. So before we start mixing everything, I'm going to slice up my scallions. You're going to need 4 scallions. I'm putting a few extra because there's, I think, 5 or 6 in the bunch. Just slice them all the way down to the light green parts. You could save the white parts for salad or stews or something else. And then I have some fresh dill today, but dry dill will work in this recipe too. If you're using fresh dill, about 1/4 cup, finely chop it and set it aside. And now I'm going to take out my KitchenAid mixer and mix everything all together because it's so much easier that way. So I have the paddle attachment on, and I'll add a pack of cream cheese. This is 8 ounces of cream cheese, not traditional in Greek Spanakopita, but I have found that it works very beautifully. It is a little bit richer in flavor. It doesn't release a lot of liquid like ricotta cheese or mizithra tends to do. Of course, if you have mizithra, use that because that's traditional. Ricotta would be a lighter version than cream cheese. And if you're using ricotta cheese, use good quality ricotta cheese, and you're going to need about 15 ounces or 425 grams. I'm using 8 grams of cream cheese today. So that's going in with the dill, and you want to make sure that the cream cheese is nice and soft so it blends quickly. Then I'll add some olive oil, 3-4 tablespoons of it, and the scallions, mix everything all up, and then add the spinach, a pound of baby spinach leaves. That's about 454 grams. You could go all the way up to 500 grams, of course. Add the spinach leaves a little bit at a time while the mixer is mixing on low, and then season with salt and freshly cracked black pepper. If it's looking a little bit on the drier side, you could add more olive oil. And then the feta cheese goes in at the end because you want there to be some chunks of feta cheese so it's not completely melted into the mixture. So I'm using 8 ounces or 225 grams of feta cheese. Always buy the chunks and crumble it in yourself. It's much better quality than the already crumbled up one at the market. So crumble it in, give everything one final mix, and the Spanakopita filling is ready. The next step is to make the savory custard. This is going to be so good, my God. So 4 eggs, 4 large eggs are going to go into my little mixing bowl over here, my little mixing pitcher. Whisk them up just to break them up a little bit. Add 1.5 cups of whole milk, 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream, a little bit of salt, freshly cracked black pepper, about 1/4 teaspoon of grated nutmeg. Whisk that all up, and now we're ready to assemble everything. So for this recipe, we're going to need 1 pound of phyllo. I'm using number 4 phyllo. If you're going to use a thicker phyllo, you're going to run out. So make sure that it's the number 4 phyllo that's traditionally used to make baklava and all those delicious Greek pastries. If it doesn't have a number on it and your supermarket only carries one kind of phyllo, most likely it's the number 4 and you don't have to worry about it. I'm using a 9 by 13 inch baking pan. I'll brush it with a little bit of butter all around, and then I'll layer a few phyllo sheets all around it just to kind of make a crust and hold everything all together. Drizzle some butter over them, and now we're going to begin making the rosettes. That's just going to give it beautiful texture, and it just looks so pretty at the end. So the bottom ones are obviously not going to show, but it does create beautiful texture, like I said. So you're going to take 1 sheet of phyllo at a time, drizzle some butter over it, and then scrunch it into an accordion, and then you could roll it so it looks like a rosette. And you can do this with all of the phyllo, and then you can assemble it in the tray. So we're going to use 1/2 of the phyllo to do the bottom layer. Then I'm going to take all that delicious Spanakopita filling and press it into the pan on top. And then we're going to cover the Spanakopita filling with the remaining rosettes. Look at how beautiful that looks already. Brush them generously with the remaining butter, and you can take the phyllo that's hanging over the sides and just kind of tuck it in to make a little rustic crust all around. You can score the pie so that way the custard now is just going to go in through all of the little nooks and crannies. Pour that custard on top, mix it really well before you do that, and then pour the custard on top carefully. I like to put the baking pan over a 1/2 sheet baking pan just because it makes it so much safer and easier to transfer in and out of the oven. And if anything bubbles out, it won't make a mess in the oven either. My oven is preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. This is gonna bake for about an hour until it's golden and the filling sets. It's gonna have a little bit of a quiche consistency. Incredibly good. Once it comes out of the oven, you wanna let it rest for about an hour and then slice it into serving portions and it's ready to serve. And there you have it, my Spanakopita Rosette pie is ready. If you're looking for a beautiful brunch dish to serve for a special occasion, this is definitely going to be a showstopper. Not only is it delicious and just so many, and it has so many layers of texture and flavor, but it is so beautiful to look at, as you can see. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. Before I leave, let me try the filling because I love anything with spinach and feta and dill, especially that Spanakopita filling. So good, so silky, so creamy. You get the feta cheese that's a little bit briny and add some saltiness to the spinach and that delicious filling. The topping, the phyllo, is perfectly crispy. The whole combination is just heavenly. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. You can head on over to the website, dimitrasdishes.com, to print the recipe out. Let me know if you give it a try what you think in the comment section. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you all next time. Yes, us.